Well, rebels in the Democratic Republic of Congo have seized another town in the east despite declaring a ceasefire. The UN says M23 fighters are now only 50 kilometers north of Bukavu. That's the capital of South Kivu province. Insurgents backed by Rwanda have been advancing since capturing the city of Goma last week. The Red Cross has been burying victims of the fighting. The UN says nearly 3,000 have been killed and hundreds of thousands forced to flee. And the European Union is under mounting pressure to suspend a controversial minerals deal with Rwanda. The agreement is aimed at securing raw materials to make microchips and electric car batteries here in Europe. But activists say it's indirectly fueling the conflict in the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Europe's verbal condemnation of violence in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, these demonstrators say, is insufficient. They argue Europe's minerals deal with Rwanda helps fuel the conflict.
We are here to tell the European community to suspend economic collaboration with Rwanda. There are dead in the streets, in hospitals everywhere. Even the UN has been attacked.
Multiple countries and organizations, including the UN, have accused Rwanda of backing the M23 rebels who rampage through eastern Congo's resource-rich areas, leaving a trail of death and destruction. Activists say the deal the EU inked with Rwanda last year may have encouraged the rebels to exploit their resources.
It's so problematic because the European Union already knew that the minerals don't come from Rwanda and that they are stolen from Congo. So it's really completely crazy.
The Congolese and UN officials have long accused Rwanda of using rebels to smuggle minerals out of the Congo and export them to the global market, such as coltan used in smartphones. Experts said a global competition for minerals is exacerbating a 3-decade-old conflict between the Rwandans and the Congolese that was traditionally over ethnic rivalries.
So there is a competition across the African continent, and so far China is quote-unquote winning. China has been monopolizing much of this access.
The EU has launched a €300 billion global gateway project as an answer to China's Belt and Road Initiative. The deal with Rwanda is a part of that project to secure access to key minerals, such as lithium, a key ingredient in battery storage technology.
The EU has decided to pay Rwanda €900 million so it can develop its raw material extraction infrastructure and in exchange power Europe's green and technology industries. But the Congolese here say the EU is building its future on blood minerals.
The EU has defended the Memorandum of Understanding with Rwanda, saying it encourages sustainable extraction of resources, increases due diligence and traceability, and cooperation in fighting against illegal trafficking. An EU spokesperson had also alluded to the possibility of sanctioning Rwanda if the conflict didn't subside.
The member states have condemned the escalation and expressed their readiness to take measures against those that endanger peace and stability in the Democratic Republic of Congo, and in particular, member states urge Rwanda to cease its support to M23 and to withdraw its troops from the DRC.
Rwanda-backed rebels announced a ceasefire, but there have already been reports of fresh violence. On the fate of the agreement with Rwanda, however, the EU member states are divided. While some countries like France back the agreement to the hilt, others like Belgium, a former colonial power in the Congo, feel obliged to oppose it. There is growing unanimity in the bloc that it needs Africa's minerals to reduce reliance on China. But these Congolese protesters want Europe to use its economic power to end the conflict and not pursue such deals as long as they threaten their people and resources.